Hello guys, so today we'll start the topic limits. So to study limits there is some prerequisites, so you have to study this topic first. To study limit, the prerequisites are: first you have to study about functions. And especially in functions you have to know about domain of the function and codomain of the function. While discussing this topic, I am assuming कि you should very much familiar with this domain and codomain. Then we will move. Okay. So before starting limits, let's start the divisibility rule. Let's start what is divisibility rule. Okay. So these things are very much basics, but if you know that, if you want to feel the limit, you have to know that. Okay, so let's start. Let's say if I ask you what is the answer of 4 by 2, so you will say that sir the answer is 2. But now I am telling कि whenever we'll ask A by B, you ask yourself this question: how many B requires? How many B requires to make A? You ask this question to yourself कि how many B requires to make A. Then you answer me. For example, if I ask you 64 by 16, so ask the same question to yourself: how many 16 requires to make 64, and you'll get the answer 4. Now let's again ask one more. Let's say 8 by 4. How many 4 requires to make 8, and you'll get the answer 2. Let's say 100 by 4. How many 4 requires to make 100? Means how many times I'll add 4 and I'll get 100. The answer should be 25. So if you understood this, now tell me what is the answer of 1 by 0. So if you ask the same question, how many 0 requires to make 1? How many? If I ask this same question, how many 0 requires to make 1? Then you will get, if you add 0 100 times or 1000 times or 2000 or 1 crore time also, you will never get 1. So this is one point you should remember. So that means that question I'm asking to you, that is completely undefined, that is not a valid question also. So you will say ki sir 1 by 0 is not valid also. So how can you say the not valid in mathematics? You will say this is undefined. This is undefined question. Undefined means what I'm asking to you, that is also not valid. That means this is undefined question. So if you understood that, now tell me what is 1 by 0.1. So you'll ask the same question: how many 0.1 are to required to make 1? You can see if I add 0.1 10 times, I'll get, what is that, 1. If I ask 1 by 0.01, again how many 0.01 requires to make 1? You will get 10. Next, 1 by, if I ask 0.0001, you will get 1000. So that means what I'm trying to say, if I decrease the denominator, means 0.000001, so we will say here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So 7 zeros are there. That means the answer should be 10 power 7. You can see 10 power 7 is very big number, isn't it? Yes, this is very big number. So that means if I decrease the denominator, if we can say, if we decrease the denominator, answer will become larger. But the question is how much larger? The question is how much larger? How much larger this answer will come? How much larger this answer will come? This is our question. So you can see, if I decrease the denominator, means if I take the number nearest to 0. So if I ask you what is the next number to 0, you will say ki sir 0.01. I'll say no, 0.001. You will say okay sir, 0.000001. I'll say no, take one more 0 and take and then that number will become more lower that your assumed number. So we can't take the number which is next to 0. It is impossible to take the number which is next to 0. So how can you donate it? We can donate it by 0 plus. So if I ask what is 0 plus? The real number which is we can say the real positive number which is as smaller as possible. Means what is the meaning of that? If I ask you what is 0 plus is the number which is as smaller as possible. If you say 0.000001, I'll take one more 0 and I'll make it more smaller. So like that. So if I take that in a denominator, I'll get very larger number. In mathematics, very larger number is denoted by plus infinity. Now this is also not number, because if I take, let's say, any number, let's say 10 power 2 lakhs. So I'll add 1 and I'll say this infinity is bigger than that number also. So like that we can say ki if I take that number in the denominator, I'll get the larger number as possible. So if we take any larger number, if we take any larger number, infinity is greater than that number only, that number also. So if this is the case, this 1 by 0 plus is infinity, that means you can say 1 by 0 minus equal to, you guessed it, of course. If I take the negative number, if I take the number which is nearer to 0 but that is negative, minus 0.000001, we'll get as smaller as possible number in the answer. We'll get minus infinity. In maths, we'll donate it by minus infinity. So can we say that 1 by 0 plus is equal to plus infinity? That will imply if I take any positive number in any big number in the denominator, I'll get the number 0 plus which is nearer to 0 from the right side. And if I take that number in the denominator minus infinity, I'll get 0 minus, that is the number which is nearer to 0 and as smaller as possible. I hope you have understood this, because this is so important to find the determinable, indeterminable forms. If you understand this, now tell me one thing. What is 0 by 0? So if I ask you what is 0 by 0, you will say, ki sir, how many 0 requires to make 0? I'll say yes. So tell me what is the answer. You'll say, sir, 1. I'll say yes, correct. You'll say 4. I'll say yes, correct. You will say 5. I'll say yes, correct. That means everyone is correct, isn't it? Yes, everyone is correct. Means if I say 1 is correct, 4 is correct, 5 is correct, 6 is correct. But is it possible to mathematics one question has separate answers? Yes, possible. But in that case it's not possible. How can all numbers are correct? All numbers 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, even 0.01, 0.0, all are correct. It's not possible. So that means we can say we cannot determine that. We cannot determine that. It is so important. We cannot determine. We cannot determine this. We cannot determine this. Is it? We cannot determine this. Yes. So if I cannot determine something, that means that is indeterminable. Indeterminable. Yes. That is, this 0 by 0 is indeterminable. But the thing is, if that is indeterminable, that means we can say we cannot determine. But in limits chapter, people will say कि this is indeterminate forms and will study about indeterminate forms. But the thing is, one thing we cannot determine. How can you study about that? So that means we will not study here about 0 by 0. We will study about 0 plus by 0 plus. We will study about 0 plus by 0 minus, 0 minus by 0 minus, and 0 minus by 0 plus. And we'll say all these are indeterminates. Indeterminate forms. All these are indeterminate forms. All this. And we'll say this indeterminate forms, we'll say what is indeterminate forms. This indeterminate by will say 0 by 0. 0 by 0 indeterminate form. Means the numerator part of the ratio A by B is going towards 0. We going to 0. It's not 0. It's going to 0. And denominator also going to 0 from right side or from left side. Okay. Understood now? Okay. Now, so that means what we have studied कि 0 plus by 0 plus we will take as 0 by 0 as indeterminate form. So let's say if I take 0 plus by 0 plus. So what is 0 plus? 0 plus is 1 by infinity. What is 0 plus again? 1 by infinity. We have derived it. That means we'll get here infinity by infinity. That means infinity by infinity is also indeterminate form. Of course. Correct. Now, if I take this 0 plus by 0 plus, and we'll take here this as, this first 0 plus is as it is, and second 0 plus is 1 by 0 plus. We'll say 0 plus into infinity. That means we can say 0 into infinity is also indeterminate form. Correct. Correct. I'm going very slow so that you will understand the things. Okay. We will not learn something that we don't know. Okay. What is the major problem of the limit chapter students are facing? That कि they are not understanding the concept behind the 0 by 0, and JEE Main is asking the main concepts, how it's coming. Okay. Now let's study what is if I take infinity minus infinity. Now people may know कि infinity minus infinity may be indeterminate, or we'll say infinity minus infinity is 0 also. But the thing is it infinity minus infinity is 0? Is it? We'll say yes, infinity is a larger number. You will say, sir, you have only told that infinity is a larger number. And if I subtract larger number from the larger number, we will get 0. But the thing is, how much large? How much large? If I add in larger number, if I add 1, that will also larger. Yes, of course. If I add 2, that will also larger. Means in larger, this larger and this larger can be different. Yes, can be different. So that means, can we say this larger is different larger? Different larger. And this larger is also another different larger. Another different larger. So if I take, let's say, first larger is infinity. If I take second larger as infinity plus 1, I'll get the answer 1. If first larger is infinity, second larger is infinity plus 2. That means if I subtract, I'll get 2. Similarly, I'll get 3, 4, 5, 6 all. That means 1, 3, 4, 5, 6 all the answers. That means again indeterminate. Okay. If you not understood, that is also okay. Now I'll prove it. Can you tell me what is the next number to 1? Yes, you guessed it right. 1 plus. Can you tell me 1 plus by 0 plus is also infinity? You will say yes sir. 1 plus by 0 plus is also infinity. And this second different larger, I am taking 1 by 0 plus only. Take the LCM. You will take 0 plus and here you will get 1 plus minus 1. So the number which is next to 1 and is subtracting by 1, what will you get? Tell me. Yes, you guessed it right. 0 plus by 0 plus. So can we say that this infinity minus infinity is also indeterminable. And you can say that here this indeterminable form we have derived by the LCM. So always when you will get the questions regarding infinity minus infinity, always take LCM of the two ratios. Always take to get the answer and convert it in either 0 plus by 0 plus or infinity by infinity form. If you understood from here, so can you tell me what are the indeterminate form we have learned till now? So you'll say sir 0 by 0 we learned, correct. You'll say sir infinity by infinity we learned, and we have learned 0 into infinity, and we have learned infinity minus infinity. So that means, can we say कि here see division, multiplication and subtraction are included, means algebra is included, correct? You will say yes sir, algebra is included. So if algebra is included, we will say that this is algebraic indeterminate form. These are the algebraic indeterminate form. Algebra is included means algebraic. Now tell me one thing. What is 2 power 0? You will say sir 2 power 0, yes, something power 0 is 1. So you will say sir 1. Nice, you are correct. If I ask you tell me 0 power 2, you will say sir 0 power 2, 0 power something is 0 only. You will say 0, correct. Now if I ask tell me 0 power 0, so see this 0 will say to this 0 कि I want to become 1, and this 0 will say to this 0 I want to become 0. One question, different answer. That means correct, you guessed it, indeterminate form. So that means this is nothing but indeterminate form. Similarly, you prove that, okay, this is 0 power 0 is indeterminate. Similarly, you prove कि how this infinity power 0 is also will become indeterminate. Okay, you prove that. And 1 power infinity plus minus, where this 1 can be tending to 1 from right side and tending to 1 from left side, this is also indeterminate. You proved it. You try to prove that and comment your answer. Okay, so that means this question has exponential included. See, exponent included, exponent and power. So that's why these intermediates are called exponential indeterminate, exponential indeterminate form. You'll say, sir, how? So I'll say that is the case. 0 power 0, infinity power 0, and this 1 power plus or minus infinity. See, this 1 will tending to 1 from right side and tending to 1 from left side. We'll say okay. Good. If you understood from here, so next let's move on. Now tell me one thing. If I ask, let's say 0 power infinity. So I have told you already, this 0 is nothing but not 0. This is can be 0 plus or 0 minus. So if I take something power 0, 0 plus from right side or 0 from left side, and if I exponent at infinity, what I'll get? I'll get 0.1 power big number. So when I take 0.1 power, let's say 2, I'll get 0.01, then 3, then I'll get 0.001, then I'll get 0.00001. It is going to 0. I'll say yes, it's going to 0. So that means 0 power infinity, what is that? 0. There is no indeterminate in this question. 0 power infinity, there is no indeterminate. This 0 can be 0 plus or this 0 can be 0 minus. In each and every case, if I take that number as a larger, I'll get answer 0 only. So that means this is determinate form, determinable form. This can be determined. So that means I'll say कि here make one heading as determinate forms. So I'll say 0 power infinity power, what is that? 0 only, correct? You'll say yes. Second, now you tell me, if I let's say any number a, if I add here a very positive number, very big positive number, what is the answer? You'll say, sir, I'll take a as a 1 crore. I'll say, okay, you can take minus 1 crore. You take minus 1 crore. But that very big number is the as larger as possible. So if I add in minus 1 crore, if I add, let's say, plus 1 billion, let's say very big number, let's say 10 power 10 lakhs. So this 1 crore is very small. If that is very smaller, so that infinity will dominate it. You'll say, yes, sir, that dominate it. That means what is the answer I'll get? You guessed it, plus infinity. You'll say, sir, I'll take a as a 10 power minus 10 power 1 billion that you want to take. I'll take, okay, I'll make that infinity by taking that number. I'll add one more billions. That will again dominate, because infinity is the number that is larger than as larger as possible. So what is the answer? Plus infinity. In fact, infinity is not a number also, because whenever you'll take number, that symbol, infinity is a symbol, that symbol will take more larger values. You'll say okay sir. Now can you tell me what is a minus infinity? You'll say yes, you guessed it, that minus infinity is always dominant. Again minus infinity. Now let's say if I add infinity, two infinities, two positive infinities I'll add, you'll get it plus infinity only. So if I take, let's say 2 infinity, if I multiply, what will get? Plus infinity only. Correct. Now before moving, tell me one thing. Let's say if I take 0.99 power 365, what will get? 0.99 power 365. Okay, if you not understood that, let's say if I take, let's say 1 by 2, what is that? 0.5. Let's say I want 0.5 power 2. You will get, sir, 1 by 2 square, I think, means 1 by 4. 1 by 4, what is that? 0.25. Okay, if I take, let's say 0.5 power, let's say I'll take 3. So you'll say, sir, 1 by 2 power 3 means 1 by 8, means we'll get 0.125. So can you feel it? It is decreasing. Decreasing means it is started decreasing that values. 0.5, 0.25, 0.125. So if I take that exponent as bigger as possible, it will become 0. We'll say yes sir, it will become 0 only. So that means, can we say that if I, let's say, take, this is one example, if I, let's say, take 1.1 power infinity, believe it or not, you will become plus infinity, because 2 power infinity. If I, let's say, take 2, so 2 power 2 will 4, 2 power 3 will 8, so 1.1 it will eventually it will go to infinity only. So can I tell that limit extending to infinity, a power x is equal to plus infinity when mod a value greater than 1. How? A greater than 1. A greater than 1 means? A greater than 1 means what is that? A greater than 1 means what is that? A greater than 1. A greater than 1 means, let's say if I take a greater than 1, that means in that case we can say one thing. Let's say 2 power 2 is 4, 2 power 3 is 8, and 2 power 4 is 16, 2 power 5 is, you guessed it, what is 2 power 5? 2 power 5 is 32. That means we can say, if I take the number is as bigger as possible, that a power x will tend to infinity. So that means if this mod a value is less than 1, we'll get the answer 0. And if this mod a value equal to 1, we'll get the answer 1. Okay. 1 power something is, you will say, sir, now only you have told 1 power infinity is indeterminate. Now you are writing mod a equal to 1 means this will go to infinity. And why this limit is there? I'll say, just wait, you will understand that. Okay. Now 6, 7. A into plus infinity. What is that? Plus infinity only. When this a should be greater than 0. 8. A into plus infinity is equal to minus infinity when this a is less than 0. I'll say yes, you're correct only. These are indeterminate form. Now, if we done with indeterminate form, just I know everyone has doubt with 6th point because I didn't discuss what is limit is. Okay, so now let's just study. If you understood that indeterminate form and determinate form, now we'll study what is the definition of this limit. What is the definition of this limit? Let's study. So let this f is the function which is going to d to r, okay, and this, and let, once again guys, just wait. So if f is a map to d to r, we will say if x will go to the real number L when x will go to C from either sides. Either side means x will go to C, x can go to C from any side. For example, I have told you कि x is going to 0, 0 plus means x is going to 0 from right side, and x 0 minus means x is going to 0 from left side. So here x is tending to C means x is going to C, can go to C from left side also and right side also. So in that case we'll say fx has limit L when, or we can say fx has limit L at x equal to C. Means at x equal to C, x has limit L. You'll say, sir, not understood. I'll say, wait, you'll understand. So that means what I'm trying to say, ki limit x tending to C, when x will go to C from any side, right side also, left side also, fx will go to L, denoted by, how many of you understood? You'll say, sir, understood. Okay, so that means limit extending to C, fx equal to what is that? L. If you understood that, so let's study one question first. So let's say I want limit x tending to 2 x square minus 4 by x minus 2. You'll say, sir, this question has no sense. I'll say, why? You'll say, sir, the question, you are trying to find something that is not in the domain of the function. I'll say, yes, you are correct. You are absolutely correct. But the thing is, first tell me, if I put here in the function, if I put 2, what will get? You'll say, sir, 2 square minus 4 means 0, 2 minus 2, 0. That means I am getting 0 by 0. Correct. You are correct. That means it can be 0 plus by 0 plus, 0 minus by 0 plus, 0 minus by 0 minus. I'll say, yes, you are correct. Absolutely correct. So, if that is the case, that means, can I write from here limit extending to 2, x minus 2 into x plus 2 by x minus 2. Now see, x is not equal to 2. You only tell, sir, x is not equal to 2 to define this function. I'll say, yes. Here also x not equal to 2 to define this function. So if x not equal to 2, that means x minus 2 is not equal to 0. I'll say, yes. That means, can I cancel that? I'll say, yes. So that means this will become 2 plus 2 means 4. But the thing is, what this 4 is representing and what is the graph of this function? Now let's understand what is the graph of this function. If you see, this function has graph as same as x plus 2. So what is the graph of x plus 2? I know everyone has studied functions. So this will become this and this will become this. This point will become 0, 2. This point will become minus 2, 0. This is x-axis, x dash, y, y dash. I'll say yes, you are absolutely correct. If you are correct, if that is 0, 2 minus 2, 0, so can you tell me at x equal to 2, the function is not defined. That means, can you feel that at x equal to 2, that functional value has hole? Because x equal to 2 is not in the domain. I'll say yes, it's absolutely correct. Here you'll get one hole and here the function is not defined. But what is that 4 means? The 4 means when x will going to 2 from right side, when x will go to 2 from right side, the functional value will go to 4 from right side. And when x will go to from left side, the functional value will go to 4 from left side. That means what is the limiting value? The limiting value is 4. How many of you understood? You will say, sir, understood. So that means this question has answer 4. So if you understood that question, then we will move to next lecture. And I think for the first lecture, that is done. Tomorrow I'll start the second topic of the limit. Tomorrow we'll continue. Bye.